Hey everybody, this is NCSO7 here, and it has been an entire year since the release of Luigi's Mansion 3. Also, happy Halloween. If you couldn't tell, this is going to be my Halloween special for the year, even though I'm not really playing I don't know, it's not even that much of a special, it's more of a retrospective, but Luigi's Mansion 3 is turning 1 year old today, and I've got a lot to say. Now, for those of you guys who do not know, Luigi's Mansion 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's, let alone, my favorite Luigi's Mansion game of all time. I kind of said before in, other videos that I wasn't necessarily sure yet if I liked it better than the original or Dark Moon. However, I am pleased to say that I do like it the most. I've sunk in over 130 hours into the game. Seriously, in just a year, I sunk 130 hours over 130 hours into it. I've beaten the game over 10 times. I'm not even kidding. I've actually beaten the game that many times. And it's so good. So the way I'm going to structure this video is that I'm going to talk about kind of looking back on the build-up to release, from the initial teaser trailer all the way up to the game's release, and then kind of talk about what I think of my review now, my re-review specifically, and whatnot. So anyways, I guess we may as well start with September 13th, 2018, when the game was first teased, and oh my god, that was so big. Because the thing is, if you guys don't remember, Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS was revealed in March of 2018, and I thought that would mean that we would not get a Luigi's Mansion game for the Switch. I kind of was thinking, okay, they're gonna put all of their development into that one, and then blah blah blah. And I was really disappointed with it. I was disappointed with it. And I was really hoping that maybe Luigi's Mansion was one of the few first-party games that I really wanted on the Switch, and that right there, I think, is what made Luigi's Mansion 3's reveal that much more impactful. The fact that they they kind of just they gave me Luigi's Mansion, the original, being remade for the 3DS, that hurt a lot. And so when they revealed Luigi's Mansion 3 with pretty good looking graphics, oh, that made me so happy. That was such a good impact. Not only that, but I was just really excited to play the game. And I was just going crazy about it. And then E3 2019 rolls around, and that was when the game really started to tell me that this is going to be a great game. I was watching a lot of the E3 footage, and I was just wow, they're legitimately going all out with this game. It looked so promising. The return of portrait ghosts, no mission structure, unique themes, good gameplay. This was looking extremely promising. And then it happened, October 31st, 2019. Not only did this game finally release, but this is also the day that boys became men and girls became women, because this game was finally released to the public. And I played the hell out of that thing. Ultimately, though, the build-up to release is pretty good. I will be honest, that last week of waiting was seriously just painful. This might be the most excited I've ever gotten for a video game. This is about to be, the biggest amount of hype I've ever gotten for a video game. I've had hype before for games like Super Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, the Switch's release, Smash Brothers Ultimate, and some other stuff, but Luigi's Mansion 3, this had to be, this was such a, I had so much hype, I honestly thought I was gonna die. Thankfully I didn't, though, and become a ghost to just haunt the hotel, but I love the game. And even now, a year later, after so much has happened, I still think Luigi's Mansion 3 is a great game. I think that the game, honestly, I'm not going to I did make a re-review of the game. Watch that. I'll probably have it as an end card at the end of this video. I had another review as well back when the game, first released. However, that one's not as accurate, but I kind of want to just go over some things that really jumped out to me, whether it was good or bad. So I'll start off with a bad thing, just to start off on a bad thing. I gotta say, like, I think one of the more disappointing things about the game is the lack of a boss rush mode. I find this weird because in the 3DS version of Luigi's Mansion, they give you a boss rush mode, which was even in like the marketing, and you could refight bosses in Dark Moon since that game was mission structured. So I don't know why they never added a boss rush mode, even in an update. I think it would have been a great feature because the bosses in Luigi's Mansion 3 are so good. Like, they're the series' best bosses by far. Like, they're really good. And yeah, the bosses. There's definitely a lot more bosses if you don't count all the Portugose's bosses, but oh, they're so good. Even stuff like Clem and Cersei, they're still somewhat fun to fight, although not that much. Another thing I gotta say about this game is the graphics and animation. This game is beautiful to look at. This game, this has gotta be one of the most beautiful Switch games I've seen, like, ever. Like, this has gotta be one of the most pretty looking games on the Switch. Like, seriously, like, just look at it. Also, the animation is so good. It legitimately, and there's so many cutscenes in the game, to the point where you could next level games, they may as well just make a Luigi's Mansion movie at this point. I mean, they kind of did. I believe they packed like an hour of cutscenes into the game. I mean, at that point, you may as well just add an extra half hour onto that, and you could just call it Luigi's Mansion the movie. Like, seriously, they may as well just do that. I'd definitely be down to watch something like that. But I love the animations, not even just like cutscenes and stuff like that, but just in the like normal gameplay. It's so good. It feels like a living cartoon in a way, which is so cool. Everyone's talked about it before. It's so good. Now, one thing I will say though, and this is something that I've seen a lot of people bring up. God, we're going back here. The brightness. A lot of people have talked about the brightness before, and it's one of those things where I'm kind of like, yeah, the brightness isn't the best in the game. Get over it. So that's just how I feel on that. I've talked about the brightness before to hell and back about how it's not a big deal, and I feel like people really overemphasize how bad it is, but that's just what I think. Gameplay wise, it's so good. It's like Dark Moon a lot. I do think the puzzles in 3 are more straightforward than 3, because I feel like 3 did have better like ideas, but I feel like Dark Moon also had better level design. I don't know, Dark Moon just did a lot more with the level design than I feel Luigi's Mansion 3 did, but that's not a big deal, because Luigi's Mansion 3 still does a really good job with its level design and puzzles, even though some puzzles can be kind of stupid, like the Boiler Works on that floaty thing, which a lot of people don't like, and I understand why, but it's also kind of one of those things where it's like, when you get used to it, then it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, honestly though, and ever since like the game's release, I've just been playing it constantly. I've pretty much gotten all of the whatever they are, I've pretty much gotten every I've got like all the unlockables, and I believe I have almost every ghost except for a few of the common ghosts within Scarescraper on the certain floors, and that goes right in, like, may as well go into Scarescraper. Scarescraper is so good. Getting into a lobby is kind of annoying, but I do think it's a lot more fun, because I feel like in Dark Moon, Scarescraper was a lot more difficult to really enjoy, because there'd always be somebody that just stands still the entire time. And like in 3's Scarescraper, I don't really notice that nearly as much. And not only that, Scarescraper initially was definitely a lot more difficult than I thought, but after a while I really got the hang of Scarescraper, and it's one of the best things to come back to if I'm just feeling like the need to play some more Luigi's Mansion, because you beat the game and you get everything, then you can just do some Scarescraper. And that leads me into two things that came out after the game's release. The DLC. I'll be honest, I don't really care that much about the DLC. They do give you like cool outfits, and like that's pretty much it. Like I think they give you like extra mini games for like Scream Park, which I guess I may as well add a little note about that. I do not know why they needed Scream Park in the game. Like I feel like it's kind of a mode that's not even necessary to have, and it's not even that interesting either. It's very basic. And honestly, just not really my preferred thing. I don't know. We already have Scarescraper, and there's already the co-op in the main story. I don't really feel like we need another multiplayer mode. Now, a zombies mode would be awesome. Seriously, imagine if a Luigi's Mansion game had a mode where you literally, it's like a zombies. It's like Salmon Run from like Splatoon 2, but instead like ghosts. And you have to like survive many ways. That right there would be awesome. And I seriously wish Nintendo would do something like that with Luigi's Mansion. But I don't know if they ever will. I sort of got it. If they do that with Luigi's Mansion 4, oh, that will be my time waster for the rest of my life. But honestly, the DLC, in my opinion, was alright. For $10, it's whatever. It's not that great. None of it really can be used in the main story, which really sucks. But they're mostly multiplayer DLC, so I don't care. But I still got them, though, even though because I'm a big Luigi's Mansion fan. But anyways, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. So, Luigi's Mansion 3, it's so good. I mean, if you couldn't already tell, I love the game so much. And if you want to really understand why specifically, I made a review about the game. Re-review specifically. I'll have that as an end card at the end of this video. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know if you guys have played the game and what you guys think of it after an entire year of it being released. And yeah, so anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care.
It's showtime! Did you enjoy the show? Well, time for the highlights.